show where we admit our kids are smarter than us and we feel okay about that.
Today's topic, I think, is a classic, right? Study habits and time management, or as I called it with my two, the nightly negotiation.
Right, right, RJ. That's pretty funny. Did you ever win one of those negotiations by chance?
I think once I still bring it up often in the family holidays.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's actually help people win more than once a decade, all right? So speaking of decades, why did the kid bring a ladder to school?
Oh God, I have a feeling I'm not gonna like this one.
Yeah,
Tell
because he's
us.
going to high school. Yeah, he's going to go to high school, which for me in 2 years, that's where my daughter's going. So that's, I don't know, it's a
Yep,
short time.
yep.
Should be interesting.
45 seconds into the show, and we're already at rock bottom.
Hey, got to start somewhere. Only goes up from here, right? All right, RJ. We picked earlier this show. Let's actually dig in. Why do study habits fall apart in the first place?
I think here's the thing that nobody tells you when your kid is little.
Yep.
Willpower is basically a muscle and it's exhausted by 4 p.m. They've
Yeah,
used
for
it
sure.
all just getting through a full day of school, right? Sitting still, following rules, surviving lunchroom politics.
Very interesting. Right. So when we say just focus, we're asking something that generally they don't have anything left in the tank of.
Exactly. With Josh, I didn't figure this out until he was in 10th grade. I
Hmm.
kept assuming it was attitude, right? Turns
Right.
out it was just bad timing. He needed a break from homework, not a lecture on why he should be doing this, right?
Right. So what that actually look like in your house, RJ?
He walks in, dumps his backpack at the door like it personally wronged him and disappear for 20 minutes, right? You try to
Yep.
chase him down, with what's due tomorrow, right? Huge mistake.
Hmm.
Once I just let him decompress first, the whole tone of the evening changed.
Yeah, I think once they drop their bag, they go to the room, let them be, right? So
Yeah.
that's also a good point. It's the environment and try and do the work, not motivation speeches. Speaking of tanks, Ray Anthony, why don't scientists trust atoms?
Because they make everything up.
I think I've told that one before, haven't I?
Curtis, every parent has heard every dad joke. I think we're a captive audience by law.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so here's the system I've been using with my daughter. I call it the launch pad. Some same 4 steps every day so the brain doesn't have to decide anything. It just runs the sequence. So it's like a pattern, right? So it's easy to follow.
So run us through that, please.
Sure. Let's go with step one, snack. A short time to decompress. 15, 20 minutes, no questions asked. Step two, the phone goes into charging spot outside the room, obviously, because that's a very big distraction. Step three, write down what is actually due this week. So you got to figure out what the kid has to do during the week. Monday is always a good way to start. And step four, start with the hardest subject first. So maybe it's math, it could be English, it could be whatever, right? Just don't know. Just so that
Hmm.
there's still some gas in the tank to get through the hardest part, right?
Brian Tracy's eat that frog method, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I love the phone outside the room part. With Armando, the
Yep.
phone wasn't even being used, right? It was just sitting there radiating possibility. Just having it in the room was the distraction.
Yeah, yeah, reading possibility. I like that. Should have a shirt with that, the phone there and reading possibility on it.
We'll have to get one that made up.
Yep, for sure. All right. So give me an example of.
Put it right next to the one that says, I'm not arguing.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting for sure. So I want you to give me an example of Launchpad working through not just the theory. So how'd you apply it with your kid?
Sure. Armanda had a rough sketch in the eighth grade,
Yep.
right? Where math homework turned into a 45-minute standoff. We added
Oh yeah.
exactly one thing: a
What's
snack
that?
and 10 minutes just sitting on the porch before she touched a textbook. That's
Right.
it, right?
Nice. Yep.
Standoffs basically disappeared within a week.
Cool, cool. And you're also sitting outside, so that gives you some energy outside too, right?
I think that
That's
that cool off period, as soon as they come home, changes the game. So why
oh,
did the math
absolutely.
book look sad?
I'm gonna guess it had too many problems.
You stole my punchline. Yet somehow,
Yeah.
somehow, still funny.
Yeah, because it's groaners, right? So I think everybody likes that.
Mhm.
So Tell people about. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna
That's
guess you had
okay.
too many
Yeah,
problems, right?
that's what I
Right.
wanted. I wish I'd known this 25 years ago, this timer thing.
Yeah. Okay. So what what this is? It's 25 minutes of focus, 5 minute break, repeat. It's called the Pomodoro method. I'm sure some of you may have heard this. The trick
Mm-hmm.
is the brain only has to agree to 25 minutes, not the whole 8 or the whole night.
Hmm. That reframe alone would save about 400 arguments, right?
Yeah, but 400 specifically.
I'm rounding generously in my own favor.
Awesome. So with the Pomodoro method, you can obviously get either use your phone. You can actually have apps you can download, or even like on your computer, you can have a little Chrome extension for that. So here's an example from my house. My daughter had a book report she kept avoiding for the whole week. We broke it into four 25-minute blocks over 2 days, which worked out. She would read, outline, draft, and then edit. Instead of one looming Sunday night, which takes forever, and she gets super frustrated, and she was finished by Saturday, which was great. And which is great because then you have to worry about Sundays. Like, oh my god, we get this done, and like trying to run around the house and pressure, right?
Yeah. And, um, I'm sure she was proud of herself, right? Because,
Yep,
small blocks, they get to turn a mountain into four manageable hills, right?
absolutely, RJ. And during the break, no phones either, because that's a distraction. Your 5 minutes will disappear very quickly. The break is for stretching, water, and maybe a terrible drag from me.
And so, speaking of terrible, what do you call a snowman in July?
I don't know. What do you call it, RJ?
A puddle.
Oh,
I'll see
jeez.
myself out.
All right, all right. So we've got two more segments, and I need backup for some of the bad jokes. Okay, okay. This one may be hard for controlled-minded parents, myself included. 10 minutes every Sunday, the kid plans their own week, test practice deadlines, all in their own words on their own calendar.
Mhm. And you have to actually let them hold the pen, right? Looking
Yep.
back, the one thing I'd redo with both Joshua and Armanda, I
Hmm.
planned their weeks for them way longer than I
Oh, okay.
needed to, and then acted surprised when they couldn't plan their own schedules by 19.
Oh yeah, yeah. So what was the big change for you then, RJ, that made it work?
Josh missed turning in a project, right?
Yep.
Because I'd always been the one checking due dates, and then
Hmm.
one week I didn't, and it fell through the cracks. It was a
Right.
painful lesson, but after we sat down every Sunday with his planner, and I just watched,
Yep.
didn't grab the pen, took about a month before he stopped expecting me to remind him.
Yeah. So it took a little training period, right, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good example, RJ. I like it. So in the short term, mess is a long term lesson, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the bonus tip: color coding. Um, Armanda used yellow for tests, teal or blue for practice, right?
Yep.
And whatever for the rest. Suddenly, Sunday planning felt less like chores, more like decorating.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Add some colors, gives a little creativity to it, right?
Mm,
And come to think of it, teal is actually a brand for this show.
hmm.
Cool. So why was the calendar always stressed out?
Because it had way too many dates.
That's right. That one's easy, right? All right. So last one. Um, and this one may sting a little. Kids copy what we do, not what we say. If your phone's face down for them, it's face down for us during that time as well. So don't have your phone nearby. Leave it off to the side, just like theirs, right?
Look, and here I am a little bit hypocritical too because mine's sitting right here, right? It's painfully
Funny.
true. I used to tell Josh to focus while I was scrolling sports scores or something, right 2 feet away while
Gee.
he's trying to do homework.
Yeah, did that work out for you or what?
Yeah, about as well as you'd expect, right? He'd
Right,
call
right,
us, he'd call me out on it once very calmly, and I had absolutely no comeback, right? Kids are sharper
right,
than we
right.
give them credit for.
Oh yeah, for sure. They know things, right? So I've started narrating my own time blocks out loud. I'm setting a timer for an hour to go through these emails before dinner. My daughter will copy me actually. She's done some other similar things as well. So
Mhm.
she sees me work out in the morning. You know what she does? She does some push-ups and chin-ups, or tries to 10 push-ups or chin-ups for now. She only get one, but she's working on getting more done. So being an example does work.
Yeah, that's the whole ball game right there, right? They're
Yep.
always watching. We've said it on this show 100 times,
Yep.
even when it looks like they're not listening or paying attention.
Yep. They're always watching. So on that note, why did the dad bring a pencil to the family meeting?
Uh-oh, I have a sinking feeling on this one.
In case he needed to draw a conclusion.
That's it. I'm retiring from this show.
Right, right. So, all right, guys. So just to recap, build the launchpad routine. Use blocks of time instead of open-ended time. Let them do their own weekly calendar. Also model for them so their focus habits will be just as good as your focus habits because some of the parents probably need that help as well.
Mhm. And then just pick one to start, right? Don't try
Yep.
to overhaul the whole household by Tuesday.
Yeah, if you want to print a version of this, let me know and I will set that up for you. It's called the Parent Reset Workbook. I will send that out in the next newsletter, or if you are interested, just leave me a comment on Facebook or YouTube and I'll get back at you. And on that note, if you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel so we can contact you when you go live again and get the notification. Same with Facebook, like and comment so we get more further up the algorithm, as they say.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. And if tonight's homework battle goes sideways anyways, just remember, even the puddle was a snowman once.
That's right. That's funny. Because remember, don't try to leave last minute like today. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and hope you have a great day, whatever you choose to do. And don't forget to check out the Parent Support Circle. I'm working on upgrading the website, so keep your eyes out for that. And we'll see you all next week.
See you next week.
Bye.